Today's flow will be a sun power flow filled with gentle but powerful poses. I encourage you to get out in the sun, practice in direct sunlight if that's available to you, maybe somewhere outside in nature. And if it's not, that's totally okay, maybe just by a window. Remembering to listen to your body and honor its inner wisdom during this practice. Taking whatever poses are that sweet spot between effort and ease, and leaving any pose that doesn't quite feel right for your body in this moment. And we will go ahead and start our practice in child's pose. If there's another pose that speaks to you a little more, feel free to go there. And so once you're here in this child's pose, the knees can be either touching or farther apart. Wide or narrow-legged child's pose. And just arriving on your mat. Noticing the breath here. Just observing anything that might come up, either in the body or the mind. Knowing that you can drop into this space at any moment in time of just observation. No judgments, no labels, just awareness. If Ujjayi Pranayama is in your practice, you can feel free to begin doing so. It's an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. And on the exhale, there's a slight constriction of the throat, so as to cultivate a bit of an ocean sound. Allowing the breath to serve as an anchor to your practice. And if the mind were to wander, allowing that breath to bring you back to the present moment, to your practice. And if you're not already in that wide-legged child's pose, I encourage you to maybe try that out. And see if it speaks to you as you sink the hips a little bit lower. And whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and inhale up to a tabletop pose. And once we're here, allowing gentle circles through the wrist and the hips, staying mindful of the knees, and not going taking the shoulders too far back. And then taking those circles in the opposite direction. And from here, we'll go ahead and sit back on the heels. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, you can slide a block or maybe come onto the toes. And we'll invite some gentle circles into the neck, taking full range of motion, staying conscious of the breath, and breathing through any areas that might require a little bit more lengthening, more breath and stretch. And just allow yourself to tune into that wisdom your body offers you every day. And again, taking those circles back in the opposite direction. And from here, we'll come back into that tabletop pose. Walking the palms out, you can either come to a child's pose or dropping the shoulders down into puppy dog pose, melting the chest onto the mat, breathing through the shoulders, allowing the chin to gently rest on the earth. And then we'll inhale, walking the palms back up. We come back to that kneeling pose and invite some movement into the shoulders. So grabbing onto the shoulders and drawing circles with your elbows. And these circles can be as big or as small as you'd like. And then taking them over into the opposite direction. And whenever you're ready, we inhale those arms up. Exhale, placing the hands back onto the mat. Tuck the toes and send the hips high for perhaps our first down dog of the day. Bending opposite knees. Sending one heel towards the mat. And then the other. Pushing through the arms. Bringing that chest closer and closer towards the thighs. And whenever you're ready, we'll inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, send the gaze forward, and step towards those fingertips. We'll inhale, come to a half lift, flat back. Exhale and fold. Let's do that 2 more times. So we inhale, flat back, maybe look up. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhaling that number 7 shape. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands at heart center. Feeling the earth in all 4 corners of the soles of the feet. Feeling the support beneath you. Standing firm in this mountain pose. And preparing for our first sun A. We'll inhale, send the arms up, maybe a slight back bend. And exhale, fold up hips. Inhale, we come to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, send the feet back, and you can either come onto the toes or the knees. Coming into this plank pose wherever you are, we'll exhale and keep the elbows in as we come to a hover. Inhale, come to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, take the hips high, coming into down dog. And breathing here for 3 breaths on your own. Knowing that you can move through your dog, wag your tail, do whatever feels good for you in this shape. And whenever you're ready, we'll inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop towards the fingertips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise back up to standing. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, hands at heart center. Beautiful. We'll do that again with a couple modifications. So inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, and this time interlace the fingers behind the back. And exhale, folding at the hips. Allow the arms to come back behind you. Reaching towards the earth. Keeping the palms together if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. And we'll inhale, come back to that half lift. Exhale, here we'll plant the hands, send the feet back, keeping the elbows in, lowering down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, breathing here for 3 full breaths. And inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop towards those fingertips and take a deep bend in the knees. Once you get there, coming into a yogi squat, keeping the heels on the mat. So if you notice that the heels want to come off the mat, go ahead and take the hips a little bit higher. Your hands can be on the earth, supporting you as well. Just breathing space through the hips and staying present with the breath. Elbows can come to the inside of the knees. Palms can come to heart center if you'd like. Taking a second to ground here, activating the root chakra, creating feelings of stability and safety. Bring the hands back onto the earth. We'll take a deep inhale and take the hips high. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rise all the way back up to standing. Maybe a slight back bend. And exhale, hands are heart center. Coming into sun salutation B. We'll inhale, take the hands up, sink the hips low for chair pose. Rolling the tail towards the front. On your next exhale, we'll fold up the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, send the feet back, chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful, finding those 3 breaths here before we move into our warrior 1. Getting grounded in that left leg. We'll inhale and allow that right leg to come high for a 3-legged dog. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, dropping the back heel onto the mat. Inhaling, warrior 1. Checking in with the knee, checking in with the arms. And on your next exhale, we'll go ahead and place the hands on the outside of the right foot. Send the right leg back and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, we come to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that left leg high this time. 3-legged dog, stretching the hips. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, dropping the heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, sinking in here, making sure the knee isn't going past the ankle. Your next exhale allows you to flow down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or hop towards the fingertips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Feel the stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Inhale, rise all the way up to a chair pose. And exhale, coming back to mountain pose. Again, we'll flow through B with a couple modifications. Finding your breath, centering within your body. And then we'll inhale back to chair. Exhale, folding. Inhale, placing the left hand down, bend the left knee, rise the right arm high. Bending the left knee, keeping the right knee straight. Extending the right arm long. Seeing if you can gaze perhaps at the right fingertip. Another inhale. And on the exhale, we'll switch right hand down, left arm up. Seeing if you can gaze at that left hand, bending the right knee. The deeper the bend in the right knee, the deeper the stretch in the hamstring. Another inhale. And exhale, place the left hand down, send the legs back, chaturanga, we lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, the right leg floats. Exhale, placing the hands, the foot between the hands, dropping the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sinking in. Seeing if you can take the hips a little bit lower. Inhaling, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, taking the arms out long for warrior two. Checking in with that back arm, making sure it hasn't dropped. And inhale, we reach through that right arm. Exhale, the right hand plants down. Left arm extends. Gazes at that left hand, if you'd like. Another inhale here. And exhale, that left hand comes down. Send the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhaling, bringing the right foot next to the left. Reconnecting to the breath here if you've lost it. Staying present with it. We'll inhale, extend the left leg back this time. And exhale, place the foot between the hands. Dropping the back heel, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sinking. Inhaling, we reach, extending those arms long. Exhaling to tee out the arms for warrior two. Gazes over the middle finger on the left hand. Another inhale will reach that left arm forward. Exhaling, cartwheel the arms. Right arm up, left arm down. Gazes at the right hand. Seeing if you can keep that left knee stacked over the ankle. We'll take one more inhale here. And exhale, drop the right arm down. Send the left leg back, three-legged dog. Inhaling and exhaling, dropping the left foot next to the right. Inhale, we'll lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop towards the fingertips. Inhale, we come to a half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise. Back up to chair pose. And exhale, hands at heart center. Mountain pose. Allowing the breath to become louder than the thoughts. Whenever you're ready, we'll take another inhale and come back to that chair pose. Exhale, Placing the hands together in front of the heart in prayer, and bringing the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Coming into a chair twist. You can tee out the arms or keep them at heart center. Keeping the gaze at the left hand if possible. And we'll inhale, bringing the arms back up. Exhale, hands back at heart center, dropping the hips, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Checking in with the knees, making sure that they're parallel, one's next to the other. And again, maybe teeing out the arms on this side. Inhale, reaching forward, and exhale. Bending at the hips, extending the legs. Coming into a forward fold. Inhale, we'll take that half lift, placing the hands on the earth and extending the legs back, keeping the elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And just breathing here, making this shape comfortable for you. Seeing if you can lower the heels a little bit closer towards the earth. And whenever you're ready, we'll inhale that right leg up, three-legged dog. Taking a bend in the knee, giving yourself some ankle circles or hip circles. If you're ready to flip the dog, know that that's available to you. And taking those circles in the opposite direction. Go ahead and unflip if you've decided to do so. We'll inhale, extend that right leg high. And exhale, place the foot between the hands, dropping that back knee onto the mat. We'll inhale, take the arms high, breathing through a deep stretch in that left leg. In that left hip and quad. Seeing if you can keep the right knee stacked over the ankle. Breathing here. And then exhaling the hands back onto the earth, lifting the knee. Getting heavy in that left hand, taking the hands about a foot in front of those right toes. And lifting that left leg off the mat. So you can stay here, or perhaps get heavy in that left hand. And maybe the right hand floats off the earth. We have 2 points of contact to the ground. Perhaps the right shoulder stacks over the left. And you open up that chest without allowing the back leg to drop, trying to keep the ankle in line with the hip. Taking another inhale here. And exhaling, dropping the right hand back down and extending the leg high for a standing split pose. Breathing. And whenever you're ready, dropping the left knee, foot back onto the mat. We'll bring that right leg towards the earth, And roll our bodies over to that left side for a side plank. Knowing that you could always drop the knee down for a little bit more support. Or perhaps keep that right leg lifted for a little bit more of a challenge. And on your next exhale, come back to plank pose. And send the hips high, knowing you can flow through chaturanga one more time if you would like. And breathing. Beautiful. Meeting back in that down dog. We'll inhale the left leg high this time. Exhale, bend the knee. Again, ankle circles, hip circles, flip the dog. Whatever you did on the opposite side. And making sure to take those circles in the opposite direction. If you flip the dog, go ahead and unflip. We'll inhale and extend through that left leg. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, dropping the back knee onto the mat and sinking in here. We'll inhale, see if you can bring those arms up, reaching up towards the sky. Arms are strong and activated. Relaxing the right hip closer to the earth. Another inhale. And whenever you're ready, placing the hands about a foot with distance in front of those left toes. We'll come off of the knee and perhaps allow that right leg to float up. Checking that the ankle is in line with the hip. And if you'd like, getting heavy through that right hand and allowing the left shoulder to stack over the right. Seeing if you can keep that ankle in line with the hip. Breathing through the pose. And whenever you're ready, we'll inhale. Take that leg up to standing split. Breathing. Extending that leg back, allowing it to come back onto the mat. And coming into side plank over on the right side. Taking any modifications if you'd like. Seeing if you can gaze at that left hand. Another inhale. And exhale with chaturanga down. Inhale, come into baby cobra. Exhale, push the forearms through the earth. Maybe allowing movement into the neck here. Allowing yourself to find grounding. Perhaps catch your breath. And taking those circles in the opposite direction. Trying not to sink down into the shoulders, but truly Activate the arms and push the forearms away from the earth. And whenever you're ready, bring the knees to a bend and sink the hips back, meeting in child's pose. Allowing us to connect to the earth here. Surrendering our bodies. To this beautiful planet that houses all of us. And shows us so much beauty. And whenever you're ready, we'll slowly meet in downward facing dog. Sending the hips high. Pushing through the hands. Keeping a steady breath. And whenever you're ready, inhaling, lifting the heels. Exhaling to bend the knees, step or hop towards the hands. Inhale, we come to that half lift. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, coming back into that chair pose. And exhale, coming to standing. Setting up for our balancing sequence. Finding connection to the breath, to inner balance, and equanimity. We'll begin by spreading the left toes wide and getting really heavy in that left leg. Slowly, we bring the right foot to the inside of the right ankle or the right calf, the left calf or the left ankle. Or perhaps we manually place the foot on the left thigh. Coming into tree pose. And perhaps keeping the hands at heart center or opening them up into cactus arms. Maybe you take the arms up towards the sky, palms together. But wherever you are, finding a drishti or a non-moving object in front of you to focus your breath and your gaze at. Beautiful. Extending those arms. And then we inhale, bring the thigh in towards the chest, rolling out the ankle here. And then allowing the right foot to meet the left and rolling out the left ankle. Taking those circles in opposite directions. And then spreading the toes wide. And coming into the same shape on the opposite side. Whatever shape you chose.
Or maybe picking a different arm placement, playing with your branches. Finding your drishti. And whenever you're ready, hugging the left thigh in towards the chest. And rolling out the left ankle. Taking those circles in both directions. And eventually the left foot meets the right, and you roll out the right ankle. And coming to the top of the mat, if we're not already there. Becoming ready to transition into a deeper, more restorative form. It's like the sunset of the practice. We'll inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, we come to that half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Send the feet back and lower all the way onto the belly. We'll inhale, coming to a baby cobra. And exhale, teeing the arms out. Allowing for a deep stretch in the shoulders as we bring that left hand in towards the chest. And roll over onto right side body. Placing the left foot on the earth, perhaps behind you. Deepening the stretch. Feeling free to perhaps bring that right arm at a 90-degree angle and just observe how that changes the stretch in the shoulder. Whenever you're ready, teeing that left arm out on an exhale, coming back onto the belly. Inhale the right arm in close towards the chest. And exhale, bringing the right foot towards the earth. Right knee bends. Pouring weight onto the left arm. And then bringing that arm to a 90-degree angle, if you'd like, and just observing how that changes things. Bringing that elbow in line with both the shoulder and the wrist. And we inhale, coming back onto the belly. Exhaling, coming back to child's pose. Inhaling, we'll lift the chest high and stack the hips over the knees, setting up for camel pose. You can either take one side at a time or take the full expression of the pose, coming into a rather deep back bend. Whenever you're ready, if you'd like to take it one at a time, you can bring the left hand, thumb towards the toes, and grab for the ankle. Bringing the right arm up and over, and breathing here. Or perhaps the right hand comes onto the right ankle for the full expression. Draw, and if it feels comfortable, dropping the head back, relaxing it down. If you're taking it one side at a time, go ahead and switch with the breath. Bringing that right hand to the ankle this time, and the left arm up and over. We have 3 more breaths here. And last one. On our next inhale, we'll come back to stacking the hips and exhaling to child's pose, rounding out the spine, resetting. And then we inhale, coming onto our tail and extending the legs out in front. Flexing the toes towards the face. We'll inhale and bring the arms high. And with a flat back, seeing if we can exhale our arms closer and closer towards the toes. Seeing if you can keep that flat back for as long as you can. And then at the bottom of that exhale, maybe you start rounding in the spine. Creating space with each inhale. And perhaps lowering a little bit more with each exhale. Inhale, lift the chest once again. Exhale, bringing the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. The heels can be as close into the body or far away from the body as you'd like. Noticing if that changes the stretch, actually. And the hands can be on the toes, or perhaps on the knees, on the insides of the knees. And perhaps as you exhale, you lower a little bit closer towards the earth. Melting the heart towards the toes. And then finally, if you'd like, allowing some rounding into the spine. And inhaling, coming back up, placing the soles of the feet on the earth, and swaying the knees left and right. And eventually bringing the tail closer towards the heels, lowering down onto the mat. We'll go ahead and extend that left leg out, bringing the right knee in towards the chest. And perhaps staying here if this is good enough, if it's a deep enough stretch. If you'd like a little bit more, maybe you start extending that right leg, grabbing onto the back of the knee, the calf, or perhaps interlacing the fingers around the big toe and seeing if we can straighten that leg a little bit more with each exhale. And then inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and drop the leg over to the right side. Knowing you can have a bend in that right knee, absolutely. Knowing that the stretch deepens, the more extended that right leg is. And gently we'll inhale, bringing it back in towards the chest, bringing that left hand onto the right knee and guiding the leg over to the left. Teeing out the right arm and allowing the gaze to follow the right hand. Knowing that you can stay here, or perhaps bend that left leg, bringing the heel closer towards the tail and grabbing the toes with the right hand. And whenever you're ready, we'll start releasing that. Bringing the right foot on the inside of the left leg for supine tree pose. And then eventually extending the right leg, allowing it to meet the left. And then gently we bring the left knee in towards the chest on an inhale. And again, either staying or exhaling and straightening that leg, placing the hands behind the knee, the calf, or interlacing the peace fingers around the big toe and flexing the foot towards your face. And on your next exhale, we'll go ahead and drop the leg over to the left. Knowing you could keep a bend in the knee. Breathing through the hip. And whenever you're ready, bringing the knee gently back into the chest and guiding it over to the right side. Teeing up the left arm, allowing the gaze to follow that left hand. And whenever you're ready, bringing the left foot on the inside of the right thigh, supine tree. Staying connected to that breath. And then extending that left leg to meet the right. Setting up for Shavasana. Palms can either face up towards the sky or down towards the earth for a bit more of a grounding sensation. And gently notice if you're holding tension anywhere in the body, whether it's in the forehead or the jawline, maybe the tongue is pressing towards the roof of the mouth. I encourage you to relax the entire body. Relax the thoughts, even relax the breath. Feel your body getting lighter and lighter with each breath. Whenever you're ready, bringing movement back into the fingertips and the toes. Rolling over onto your favorite side body in the fetal position. And once you're here, cultivating a sense of gratitude, either for yourself or a loved one, maybe your practice. Feeling that gratitude. And gently we press up with that high hand into a seated pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking a deep inhale and circle sweeping the arms. Palms touch towards the top. And on your slowest exhale yet, we'll brush the thumbs by the forehead, reminding ourselves to think kind thoughts. Brushing towards the lips, we remind ourselves to speak kind words. And ending at heart center, we remind ourselves to stay open and loving towards all beings on this planet. The highest light in me honors and acknowledges the highest light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. It was a complete honor to be able to guide you through this practice. I hope you found it as healing as I did and got a little bit of sunshine in the process. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And knowing that all my classes are donation-based, I put the donation information in the chat box. It's completely optional. By no means do you have to, but I truly appreciate it very much. So thank you all so much for joining. Namaste.